stickers. Huh, who knew? Okay. All right. Hello. My name is Mel. If you don't know me, now you do. I talk to the afterlife. I thought I was going to sleep. Apparently not, and that's okay. I'm going to try and give these messages the best as I can, and if you missed this live, it'll be posted. Yeah, it'll be posted. Okay, hold on. You should still be able to hear me, so hold on a second here. Is that a car alarm? Car alarms. The wind. Okay. All right. Can I turn this off? All right. Let me see. All right. So, there are several warnings. I know some of them are about somebody being misaligned, and it's very important that whoever needs to hear this, hear this. It's really important. Like, I'm not just saying that. There are people that are misaligned. So what I'm going to do is, I feel like it's going to be in all signs in a weird way. I feel like I'm going to touch on everything. I do have notes, but I'm just not sure if these are correct. So we'll see what happens. Okay. So let's just see what we come up with. Thank you for being here. The way that it works here is regardless of whether this reading or messages are specifically for you, if you put your question in the chat to whoever it is from the afterlife that you would like to connect to or speak to, if you let them know you're here and that you're open to hearing the messages, my intent is that you will receive your answer, whether it be directly from something that I say or at another point. Yeah, this is about your potential and how you have some sort of calling. Now, again, it doesn't mean that everybody's calling is different. I mean, that everybody's calling is the same or that it's even the same as mine. And I'm not, like I've said before, handing out titles like party favors to anybody here. I'm just giving the messages as they're given to me. It is up to you and only you to decide whether or not they are for you. Okay. I'm Or I'm instantly getting some sort of message about um, scapegoating. Somebody is, or somebody who's going to see this, is having issues with their family and or friend group and scapegoating. Somehow you're responsible for people that you shouldn't be responsible for. Somebody's being watched. Somebody's being watched. Okay. Yeah, being tangled up subconsciously. I'm hearing Sam, Samantha, Samara, Serena, Sarah. Did I say Sierra? Look at that. See? The unapologetic self. Yeah. This is about misalignment and authenticity. The fact that what may seem good or what may seem as what you may think is what it's supposed to be, or how you think something is supposed to look, is not the way it is for you. The only way I could describe this is how I do things here. I don't do things the way other people do things. And I know that it would probably make me more popular if I did them the other way. It would probably make it so that I had more people to collaborate with, or maybe even so much as a bigger soul tribe if I were to compromise how I actually feel and think in order to appear as if you would like me to. But that would be misalignment. Just because it's good doesn't mean it's right. Just because it's the best thing to say doesn't mean it's what you're supposed to say. Just because it's how other people think you should be doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything as it means you have your own path. You are aligned to a specific vibration. You are supposed to be expressing yourself in a specific way. That is the way that God made you. And you are kind of, I'm seeing like silly putty. Like you're trying to mold it, or maybe even mold yourself to fit in some sort of box. I'm being asked to say this again. Just because you think it's what you should do, it doesn't mean that that's what you should do. And to some of you, it quite literally means you're pushing yourself to be good, and that's not who you are. And I'm not saying like you're not a good person. You're not supposed to be the same as everybody else. You're not supposed to express yourself the same way as everybody else does. It's okay that you're different, that maybe you're more blunt, maybe even rude. That's how you're supposed to be. And I know that this message seems simple. It's not. That's why it sounds like I'm struggling with something that is easy. Owning your power, authenticity, inner fire, no apologies. Fan the flames of your inner fire Let your authentic self blaze brightly without reservation. Let me read this to you, it's just wild because I literally, I write down all my channel messages. Okay. So, this is not going to be for everybody, but it's going to be for some, okay? Most of you, I'm not saying that no one that sees this, but most of you, unfortunately, are not in the right vibration. You're not empowered. You're not on the path. You're not growing. Maybe at one point you thought you were. Maybe at one point I may have thought you were. I don't know. I don't know who's going to watch this. But okay, so you know how you'll see those videos and the video will be titled like very specific for, maybe it'll say like for 3 of you or for a few of you, very specific or something like that, and then it'll say like must watch today, but like it's using the word today instead of like the date, or it's saying it's only for 3 of you, but yet it's been up for 6 months and like 300,000 people have already seen it, and there's 100,000 comments, and all 100,000 of these people like, yeah, that's me, yeah, that's me. Okay, so it's even based on the reader. It's not all of you, but everybody thinks it is, and you're all just gaslighting each other. And the funny thing is that it'll say it's for 3 people. 100,000 people are in the comments, beefing each other up. Yeah, you go, girl. That's you. It's all you. You keep going. Now, again, it's nice. It's definitely nice, but it's not true. And then you have, this is the craziest part of the whole thing. Each and every one of those 100,000 people thinks that it is them, and that you're all idiots thinking it's you. Every single one of those 100,000 people think that they're the chosen, you're the dum-dum. Watch and wait, watch and see. I watched, I saw nothing. And the people who should have come back and said, nothing happened actually. Nothing happened. This didn't happen to me. But they don't. They don't learn from falling for certain things or getting sucked into certain things. They just run away and hide in shame for having fallen for it. But everybody's falling for it. I'm here because years ago, I also fell for it. That's why I'm here, to open your eyes to how much bullshit is actually out there. For you to think that you're one of the 3 is great, but also deluded. Like, are you Mary Magdalene herself? Like, what makes you think, right? Especially, half the people that think it's them are the most unhealed people. The most egoic. Right? This is how it works. And the reader's counting on that. She's counting on you thinking that it's you. She's counting on all 3 of you. Out of all the millions of people in this world, she's counting on you thinking it's you. She's counting on you being unhealed. She's counting on that, okay? Or he. Or they. Now, I'll say these things and people will ignore me, or they'll find a reason as to why, like, I'm the asshole, right? I'm just jealous, or I'm just envious, or whatever. I'm the bad reader, or whatever. Whatever anybody wants to say, that's fine. I'm a devil worshiper, and that's fine. Or you'll just agree with me to kiss ass, which is whatever. But then you'll leave my comment section ass kissing and go and watch 15 other videos. So it just doesn't, Um, I cannot stop fucked up people from picking up decks of cards and thinking that they're prophets. But what I can do is try and educate you guys. And again, I may not be the best reader. I may not be the most experienced. You may think I'm full of shit. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, but one thing that I am is truthful. So whatever. Okay. And I've said to you guys, I don't even want to be affiliated with spirituality anymore, because, like, what is spirituality? What is it? What is it at this point? Like, I don't know that I can identify with it, because I don't even know that it knows what it is, right? So this all works into the fact, okay, that you have been conditioned to think that one word means so many emotions, because language smushes down feeling. Being human is feeling, experiencing. To take the word good and try and smash so many different fucking aspects of this one word into a word, it's just, it's, and as bad as this may sound for, I just saw 1711, as bad as this may sound to some of you, it's actually really good news, because what it's saying is that you don't have to keep doing this, and you're still going to if you actually authentically sit into yourself, like lean in and sit and be who you truly are, and express the way you truly feel it to be, and say what you truly mean, even if it's not under the umbrella of good, you're still going to be able to get what you want. Oh, hey, I didn't even see you. I'm sorry. Hi, baby. Okay, so I'm going to read this the way that I wrote it, okay? Literally, I'm just going to read it verbatim, because I think it might be easier. So I'm going to tell you why you're stuck, why you're stagnant, and why you feel like you're moving backward, even though you're doing all the right things. Okay? It's not because the universe is necessarily testing or punishing you. It's because you've been conditioned to believe that there is only one way to get what you want. You've been told, be softer to get love, be humble to get money, be positive and humble to get success. You've been forcing yourself into boxes that weren't built for you. Nobody can tell you what you have to do. All I can do is say, maybe this is the issue, maybe that's the issue, right? Give you the options. It's up to you to decide which one fits. Not to absorb every piece of advice and try to force it to work just because it's what looks good or seems like the right thing to do, right? If your natural state is to be direct, but you're forcing yourself to be gentle because a reader told you that's how abundance flows, you're blocked. If your natural state is to lead, but you're shrinking to be a team player because you're afraid of being too much, you're blocked. If your natural state is to question, but you're silencing yourself to be devoted, you're blocked. The universe doesn't reward obedience, it rewards alignment. Whatever your alignment is, because alignment doesn't mean alignment as far as how they're aligned, or because you think that looks good, so that's, you just get here. No, you have your own individual alignment that was coded into your DNA. And this alignment only happens when you stop listening to the noise and just start only listening to yourself, okay? The dead do not care if you followed the rules. They cared if you lived your life. Did you choose your own path or did you walk someone else's? A lot of you out there are walking my path or trying to, or trying to walk another reader's path, or trying to walk the path of the other person you heard that said something you really liked. You're not supposed to do what we tell you to do verbatim, step by step. That's why I don't teach you anything, because I don't want you doing anything as I'm doing it. The only person I know how to live as is myself. I can't, and barely, so I can't really tell you how to live, right? But one thing I can do is help you see what you may be doing wrong, okay? And because I am on a public forum, even if we're best friends, it may not be your message. Just because I'm talking doesn't mean it's directly for you. It means that if you have the level of awareness to discern, you'll pick the right codes out. You'll get what you need from what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be from start to finish. So, did you trust your own voice or did you outsource it to every reader, card, and guru that you found? If you're ready to stop absorbing and start choosing, stay. If you're ready to drop the script, as I'm reading from one, and finally move, keep listening. Because this isn't about becoming someone new. It's about becoming you. I'm not trying to... We're not becoming anything. We are remembering. We are becoming, but we're becoming due to the remembering. Because we're remembering, we're able to finally become. Okay, so however this looks for you, however it lands, however real it is, okay, we'll just start. Essentially, what this message is supposed to be for you is to tell you that you're living a lie and you're full of shit, and it's time to just cut it out. Cut it out. Now, the ancestors want to warn you of something that is now happening, or either to you or in your field or around you, due to your misalignment, due to this forcefulness of, I need to know right now. I need to know everything. I'm not doing the work, but I want you to tell me what to do, and I'm not going to do anything until you tell me, but yet that's not your job, but I'm going to wait for you anyway. And then I'm going to do exactly as you tell me, even though you told me not to, even though you told me that that I'm not you. When you birth a path based on somebody else, you're not living your truth. You will end up killing yourself from exhaustion and stress of trying to, well, I see she's doing it, so, right, but you're not them, you're not her, you're you. This sounds simple. It sounds like, well, duh. Not that it's not simple. Can you hit the like button? Please. So there are guides coming through. I don't know that this is going to be for you, Chris. But we'll see. I mean, you never know, right? You never know. And you'll learn something regardless of how advanced you are or not, you know? Hold on. I have to pick a wedgie. Oh my gosh. Okay. I just feel like people are really just not understanding that the spiritual pond is filthy because everybody's ass fingers are in there, okay? Get your dirty ass fingers out of my spiritual fucking pool of consciousness. Get your nasty ass fucking breath with your fucking stupid words. Get it out of my fucking stream of consciousness. Because I know that it seems like mean that I'm saying the word stupid, but a lot of the things are fucking stupid. I mean, it's a word in the dictionary, so I should be able to use it. Ancestors, guides, guardian angels, ascended masters, interdimensional beings of light and protection, of shadow. Why are you stopping me there? Of light and protection, of shadow, and of shadow. Okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your guidance. Please give us only messages that are helpful. Okay, nothing hurtful. No static. A clear conduit, a clear channel, a clear bridge. 1 foot in the afterlife, 1 foot in this world. I'm the bridge. Amen. Okay, so the first card that came out is the shifted self. See? The shifted self. Altered state, detached observation, unique viewpoint, new understanding, temporary changes, a cooler perception. When your state shifts, the world shifts with it. Observe the new landscape revealed through this new altered lens. Phantasm Garden. Subconscious exploration. Hidden connection, intuition, creativity, unexpected growth, inner landscape, non-rational wisdom. Not irrational. Wandering the surreal paths within. Unexpected wisdom flowers in the phantasm garden of your soul. Yeah. This new perspective that I'm going to try and drill into those who don't get it could be a game changer. The afterlife wants you to know that they want you to be grounded, confident, and authentic. Grounded presence. See, it says authentic. Authentic self-acceptance, inner light, centeredness, radiating confidence, knowing who the fuck you are, and not wavering. Rooted in self-acceptance, your authentic presence will shine. Stand firm, your inner light illuminates your truth. Boom! Thank you very much. It's one of those you think I don't know moments. Today's March 24th, 2026. It is exactly, I don't know, okay. Look at that. Clout Chaser. 2:38 a.m. I'm seeing the dates, March 6th, March 3rd, June 3rd, June 6th, 2010, 2001, 2007, 2017, 2011, 2016, 2013. These are the month of March and all of those years. So, Clout Chaser coming out, okay? Red flags. Look at this. And a plastic smile. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. Fake. Fake, 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 fake. Right? Whatever needs to be done for clout. Whatever needs to be done to hide the red flags. Whatever needs to be done to make sure that everybody thinks that I'm so nice and kind and loving, and I'm gonna just right? Okay, fine. Fine. But I can also be just as kind, caring, truthful, and compassionate without doing any of that. Now, that's just me. But I guarantee a lot of people out there that started with the love and light, they literally want to rip that mask off so badly. And it's probably like stuck to their skin to the point that I don't even know if they would be able to get it off with a frickin' chisel at this point. It's so stuck on there. Now, everybody's self-confidence needs work. Of course, so does mine, every day. The fact is, it's not about self-confidence like, I'm amazing, I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous, I'm the best. I mean, that's good. Eventually you'll get there. But I mean more so like just confident in who you are and your own opinions. I have never once tried to make any of you feel like your personality sucks. Okay? Sometimes our personalities will make us act in ways that aren't the most becoming of us, but this is about who you fucking are, your personality. You can't just go from being like this, right? Imagine tomorrow I showed up like, everybody, love and light. From now on, we whisper. You'd be like, who the fuck are you and what the hell is going on here? Like, what the fuck is this now? Right? You never trust me again. Who is this now? No thanks. If I wanted to see that, I wouldn't have watched you as you this whole time, right? There has never been necessarily anything wrong with who you are and how you operate in this world. It's how you perceive what goes on. You can control how you handle things without changing your, what's the word? Passion, maybe? Without changing your passion. Without being it's the essence that should never change. The essence of who you are. And this is like a nice mixed bag because it is warning whoever could possibly be watching, okay, that there are people that are desperate for subscribers, followers, that they will completely change who they are. Desperate for money, friends, a specific job, if it's social media. There's so many of us are on social media nowadays that the odds of somebody watching me that actually has some sort of a social media presence or is attempting to build some presence is highly likely. And there is this fame-hungry desperation for attention to where you will be whoever you need to be. Okay? And this may not be for everybody in that context. But if you think of it in your life in any way right now, desperate to fit in somewhere, that you're too afraid to carve your own path. Now, a lot of you have to understand that when you choose the path like I've chosen the path, you live this creed. You've taken an oath. It's way different than when you guys watch me. When I get off of here, I don't become a different person. I'm like still ultimately the same person, right? And that takes a lot of dedication. So that's why I've said for certain people to just throw around that everybody is a guru is fucking just the weirdest, just strangest thing, especially coming from another guru, right? Because you should know how much work goes into that. And you're just like, so then you're not a guru. So then you're not who you say you are, if those are the things you're saying. Does this make sense? Because me, as somebody who's been living this hell, okay, literally, for years now, I would know. I'll know if I see another one that's exactly me. I'll know that. And I will tell you one thing, I won't announce it on a reading that 100,000 people are going to watch, because that's damaging, okay? These warnings are coming from the afterlife. They want me to say these things. They want me to betray my own kind. Now, I can tell you something. I've heard this coming to me for years. And I didn't want to do it. Because I felt, well, I am one of them. No, I'm not. I'm not one of them. And not the ones I'm describing. I'm not one of them. And you know what? I would change my category if I could find another name for it. And if it would stick. Because I don't know what I am. But spiritual, yes, because of the godly portion of it. But like, what is spiritual nowadays? What is any of this, really? And as I'm growing deeper and deeper into my own gifts, literally sharing a space with the dead, I know for a fact that it's real, and that is right here. So if I'm doing something wrong, they wouldn't be here. And if I was doing something wrong, there wouldn't be so much trying to stop me. One thing I can say to everybody in here is that if you do feel the spiritual warfare, it is because, yes, there's something about you, of course, or nothing would be trying to stop you from finding your click. It's because maybe it's strength in numbers. right? So your little sparks that you have inside of you as a whole, with the whole bunch of you together, big, big spark. Big, big light, right? But if they can keep all of you separate, you just, it's like this. You walk by, meanwhile, if you're all together, right? I used to, well, I still believe this. I do believe this. I'm not above you necessarily, below you. We all walk together. But is it a mistake that I say that to some of you? Some of you have taken that way too seriously. And I'm going to be honest, some of you I just said that to because I wanted to make you feel better. But I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. And it's funny because like one of the 5 times in my whole life that I ever went out of my way to really just try and help somebody, like really, really help. Oh my God. Big mistake, right? Okay. So that's sad. How sad is that? But it's so fucking sad. So now I'm starting to recognize why all of these readers tend to stay away from other people. I'm seeing that now, okay? I didn't at first. But I don't feel that's how it should always be, because that's not what it was intended to do. We're supposed to bring people together, not remind them of why we don't like. I'm not going to say, well, this is why I can't be around any of you. Like, that's not how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest if that's how it feels, but I know that that's not how it's supposed to be. I'm going to work towards fixing that. But right now, the way that the viewers act towards the readers, the way the readers act to each other, and the drain that the readers feel makes us resent the people we're helping. It's not how it's supposed to be. I don't give a fuck about being popular. I don't. I've said this. I just want to make enough money to have like a studio apartment and a car, and I'm good. And then if I can make more, charity. Let's build that fucking place that I want to build. Like, nobody's doing a fucking thing to step towards it. The only way that I truly feel like I'm going to be doing anything for this community is by just being 100% truthful, even if it makes me look like a piece of shit. And other people are going to hate me for it, especially readers, because yeah, it's going to out a lot of you. It's going to. Because you're not being honest with the people that you're helping. You're not helping anybody pretending to be perfect. You're making everybody that wants you to help them feel like they are never going to be able to live up to your standards. And they're not even your fucking standards, because you're not even living them. Readers, pretend mediums, whatever the hell's going on out there. You see what I'm saying? So when I tell you guys, yeah, I was really fucking had a rough week. I was depressed, and like I showered once, and I maybe brushed my teeth 4 times out of the 7 days. But you know what? I'm feeling better now. I would rather have people around me that are okay with hearing that, and people who want to hear it because it's real, rather than a bunch of people that like just are living in a universe that doesn't exist. I don't want you guys to be falling from grace. I don't want you guys to hit the floor if I can help it. You know? And I just feel like when we're honest about how we feel, all of us, because I'm still a human being. I mean, halfway, right? I'm still a freaking human being. So, like, obviously, I still know what you're actually going through. Not only because I'm human, because I literally went through the same exact thing. How do you think I got here? We all have to go through what you're going through. Every single guru has been through it. Every single messenger has been through it. And the most famous philosophers went through spiritual psychosis. We've all gone a little mad. You know? This isn't something to be ashamed of. What should be shamed are the people pretending to be perfect because they're trying to pull off an aesthetic that's not real. And that you're all adding to the AI crisis because you are leading people into wanting to listen to fake, phony, AI, robotic tarot readings. If you're going to be a human and do readings, do them as a human. Hello, how are you? Yes, happy new moon. Happy full moon. Wait. Full moon coming up, right? New full. That's nuts. Didn't we just... Yeah, it's full moon. Wait, was it a new moon in Pisces or full moon in Pisces? Wow. Wow. Yeah, full moon. So, yeah, it's the new moon passed, but we're approaching the full moon now. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be mean or correct you. I just genuinely got confused. Yeah. So the full moon is on Saturday. And no. Yeah, the 20th was the new moon, right? Jesus Christ, Melissa. I don't fucking know. Okay. So, but happy whatever fucking moon it is at this point. Who cares, right? Happy moon. But I just, like, I don't know what the obsession is with fucking being perfect. It's just, it's annoying. Nobody's fucking perfect. Nobody is perfect. Even the people that you have been watching for years, they're all going through the same shift that you are. We're all going through the same shift, which means that every person that you watch is changing. Every person on the planet Earth is changing. We're all feeling, and you know what? Whoop-de-fucking-do to you, Mrs. or Mr. Perfection, if you're not feeling this horrific fucking hell on earth that everybody else is. Okay? Because I am, right? You know? Hold on. Hold on. I need to vape. Um, I want to look at my notes from yesterday. This was the whole thing that came out, right? The sleep token, like, symbol. Okay. The sleep token symbol, right? These freaking bangs are just atrocious. Really. Atrocity. Or it's just my forehead. Either my bangs are getting weirder or my forehead's getting bigger. So this was the sleep token symbol that came out, right? And it sent me down a rabbit hole. And I feel like for some weird reason, I don't know why, I feel like this has something to do with what we're talking about. Okay, so March 20th, I just want to write this down. So March 20th was the new moon. Which brought on the spring equinox, right? Which is why it's the most important. It's the beginning of spring, okay? Okay. And now we are approaching the full moon in Libra. On the 29th. Okay. So, let's see. So we had the floods come up. Then we had Noah, and then Miriam, his sister, which happens to be my God-given name, Miriam, oddly. Then we had Lucifer, and we had Sophia. I heard like something about Lucifer and Sophia being like forbidden lovers or something crazy. Like, you have no idea. What's April 1st, sweetie? So I'm gonna, let me just look up my notes here. What's April 1st, baby? Anyway, so all right, let me keep going for a second. I was trying to explain the other day, like, when I make, intermingle with the afterlife and they are in my space, that doesn't mean that I'm like asking the dead like direct questions. That's who I channel through. Does that make sense? I mean, I can, but that's not how it is always. That's who speaks to me directly. Depends on who. Could be my ancestors, yours, ancient ancestors that we all share. pretty much anything not here with us, right? So where it could be a back and forth like banter at times, this is being given to me through them. So that's why it's a little different. But we were talking about, and it keeps coming up, the sleep token thing, and then Carrie, the movie Carrie, and then some sort of like I feel like somebody's gonna find something out that it's gonna suck, but it's gonna show that you're on top. But there is something hidden from you, from somebody. Sneaky link. See, and then look, false alarm. So it's like, it's gonna suck, but like, it's minor. For you, it'll be minor. Hidden encounters, private meetings, discreet intimacy, nobody needs to know. And then I said before, you think I don't know. No. The full moon is on the 29th. And we just had the new moon. Broken promises. I just heard somebody, you confided in somebody and they spilled the beans. And there's some sort of severe punishment coming. I hate that. I hate saying those things though. Severe consequence. Consequence, right? Because consequences are a result of action. So it's just coming back around. Hello, Maddie. Side piece. I'm telling you, somebody in here is going to find something out that is... It's not good. But I feel like whoever this is, like, waited... Look, sugarcoat. So this is a typical... I'm not going to give you the full... Something about being single, lonely. Somebody here might be sugarcoating or... making themselves like, I love being single. I like never ever want to be in a relationship ever again. And if I found the man of my dreams, I would be like, no. Catfish. Yeah, somebody has been fucking with you, pretending to be someone else online, fake profiles, being deceptive about who they are. And it's actually, I've heard this so many times in this collective. There's one person with many different faces or usernames. There's one person that's like 5 or 6 different people. I swear, that many. You know what I love about YouTube, Chris, is that like you can actually see my face. Like it's actually what I look like. Like it doesn't alter. Well, I mean, it's a little smooth, but it's not like a fucking straight up filter. Makes me feel less like artificial. Whenever I'm on TikTok, I'm like, ugh, I can never get myself to look like who I look like. This is about astral travel. It's about codes. It's about downloading codes. It's about okay. 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 Let's play. I like that game. Okay, so spirit wants me, or the afterlife, the dead, the talking dead, as I call them. They want me to kind of listen, shuffle, write, and research. LSWR. LSW, licensed social worker. Somebody could be a licensed social worker. Do you see what I'm saying now? Somebody is a licensed social worker. The word R. Like resident. Maybe in a hospital. But also it could be just like somebody's been doing this for a long time. MSW. MSW. Yeah, these are all social workers or counselors. Okay. You'd be fucking surprised, Chrissy. You'd be so surprised. You'd be so surprised. Because nowadays they have like those apps, right? That like you can just make a whole bunch of different profiles and like bots. If you wanted to keep somebody busy so that they didn't, let's say, move on socially or move on romantically or something like that, that's what I'm hearing. Okay. Really? Too many, but we've got one. Look, welcome. Welcome. I offer an open door, a warm invitation to step into a space where you are embraced and valued. Which I do. I do. But, okay. What else? Health. I'm here to support your journey towards wellness and balance. Again, also true. Regret. I'm disappointed in how things went with us and wish I could change the past. Well, this whole reading, Maddie, is about misalignment and how right now whoever sees this reading is misaligned with their true core essence. Status. You may be forcing yourself to look or be or say or do, I don't know, this may not be you, but one of those things in order to look better to somebody or a group of people, or to appear a certain way for some sort of gain. And I'm not saying like in a malicious way. I'm saying like how you have to get up every day and go to work and smile and say hello to your boss even though you fucking hate him or hate her, you know? When you hate where you're working, it takes a toll on everything. When you feel misaligned, Spirit's asking you to be a little more curious about what you're feeling inside. So if you're feeling like not aligned, like you don't feel right, like something's off, you see, look, apathetic and obligation, right? You're really, really unhappy and kind of unemotional towards everything, but you are obligated to be a certain way for whatever is going on in your life. This is a nuisance, but I feel obligated to be here or associate with it, right? I prefer to remain focused on my own life right now. It's like you're not interested. You're just not happy. It may not be completely miserable, but you just feel like something's off. And that's what this whole reading's about. It says misunderstanding. So things got lost in translation, taken out of context. Direct communication will clear this up. Being direct with yourself. And vent. Vent to yourself, right? Right now, everybody's in a stuck place. I've said this already. When it comes to a lot of things. Love, career. Just you as a human feel like you're being held back from your own future. Look, imposter. Can you please understand that I'm on a roll here tonight? You feel like you are an imposter. Maybe it's imposter syndrome. Maybe you are an imposter. Not on purpose. You're not aligned because you're not being true and honest with yourself about what you want, what is making you unhappy, and how you feel on the inside. Hold on, I lost a card here. Look. I'm not who you think I am. No. It's like, yeah, I know. I know. It's like somebody coming to you being like, it was me, I catfished you. And you're like, yeah, I know. Fucking idiot. I've known the whole time. It's been a lot of fun to let you think I didn't, though. Boredom. Meddler. Meddler. Yeah. Somebody's ancestor is just not happy with them because they're not putting in the work. You're not putting in the work. I don't know who you are. You're not putting in the work, and you know you're not. We seem very aligned in a lot of ways. Let's find support in each other. See? That's a little bit... I'm hearing that's part of the problem. Because your plans are not their plans. And your past is not the same as their past. They're lying. Take this as it resonates. I'm literally repeating the words I'm hearing as the cards come out. Okay. Somebody could want to date you out of obligation. Okay, so there's somebody in a relationship that's going to see this, where either you feel like you have to stay with somebody out of obligation, or they feel that way about you. And that's where cheating starts, when people feel like they have an obligation. Somebody in a safe space, or what you consider a safe space, has plans to deceive you. Very deceitful plans coming from a place that is supposed to be safe. And this is, again, what I said about the spiritual community. You're supposed to go into these spaces and feel safe. But they're literally, they have no regard or concern for what happens to you if you take this advice. They don't care. They can't care. They really can't care. I can't care about every single person that watches what I'm putting out there. It's fucking impossible. But the difference is that a lot of these people know what they're saying might mislead you, and then they also don't care. But at least they have the views, right? Well, at least they're popular, right? At least everybody likes them. And like in the tarot community, it's kind of laughable to me, because in the like, what are you going to be fucking? I mean, maybe, but I'm not. I highly doubt, my mouth to God's ears, that I'm going to be super duper famous for being a tarot reader. Okay, so for people to go out there and say the things they say, knowing that there are vulnerable people watching that need help and that are in grief, in losing people, they've lost loved ones in tragic ways, they're dealing with horrible health issues, they have no faith left in God or even anything around them. And the things you're saying to these people, they're going to want, they want the hope. You're giving them false hope, lying about things, and for the fucking 300 views you're gonna get, is it worth it? For even if you have a couple 100,000 followers, which really at the top of your tarot game, that's about the top there. There's some that are, much millions, but very few. Do you know what I mean? So for the amount of people that you're really reaching, and the small amount of money that you might be making, unless you're a piece of shit, is it worth it to put that shit out there and have it out there forever and possibly hurt somebody? I don't know. It's up to you. Hello, Priya. How are you? So I just feel like people will one day turn around and want revenge for the false promises that you made them. One day. And if it's not the people that you're hurting right now, it's their ancestors. The afterlife that's here with me tonight, they fucking hate you. Not you, the readers that are lying. Do you see this? They don't agree with your bullshit and your exploitation. They're disgusted by you, to be honest. And they're disgusted. And they feel bad for any of you that got caught up in that shit, because they like you. I don't know if that's to me, but they like us, whoever's here. They like this group. The way that community and family started in this world from day one, since existence, is about community and caring for one another, and all you had was your word. Your word was your credit score. Your mouth sounds, okay, were your fucking oath. If you lied, you're out. You cannot be trusted with this little thing. You cannot be trusted with anything. You're out. First, you get a warning. Second, you get kind of exiled, and then, well, shunned. Third, exile. That's how they dealt with it back then. Right? Leading with your heart. Doing the right thing. It was just a given. Right? It's a given. One of the town's children are starving, you get them a bowl of rice. Whatever the fuck you have. You see somebody off in the distance that's been traveling for a month. They have no water. They're hungry. They're in need of care. You invite them into your fucking home, and you feed them dinner, and you let them sleep in your fucking house. That's how things work. And if you can't be trusted, sometimes it costs you your life. We need to bring it back, like Justin Timberlake. Let's bring it back. Because these fucking people don't know how to act. Okay? So we need to bring it back. Yeah, you forget what that is? Right, it's called empathy. It's called when you see someone hungry and starving, you think, what would I want somebody to do for me if I was hungry and starving and dying of thirst? Okay, simple enough. I'll do that for them then. Are you okay? Are you okay with all the brain cells that you just expended thinking of that fucking brilliant genius idea? Bring it back. Small favor. Right, now it's like you're literally, it's like you have to like act with desperation just to get somebody to do a fucking small little favor. Nowadays and this is the sad part, we're not all to blame because this world is so effed up that when you're driving down the street and you see somebody walking in the rain, you have to drive past them because it's a 1 out of 5 chance they're going to kill you and the whole family if you let them in the car. What has happened to this world? And I will tell you, whoever are here with me tonight, they are literally disgusted. Busted, disgusted, never to be trusted. The future, it's like leveraging the future. Right, leveraging. Well, maybe one day you'll need me, so I'll just continue to abuse you. Or maybe one day, but not now. What am I hearing? Maybe one. Right, like back in the day, it was not a thought in anybody's mind to invite the neighbor over for dinner, to lend your neighbor $100. They'll give it back. Lend your neighbor a garden tool or whatever the fuck. Exactly. Because the minute that you show empathy, pounce. Oh, look, they have a heart. Let's take advantage of it. The minute somebody sees kindness, softness, empathy, willingness, generosity, they don't think that's somebody I want to get close to because I would like a good person like that in my life and I could offer them friendship as well, and like that would be no. They're like, what can I get out of there? What can I get out of it? I mean, I've been living this for years, right? I would sit on here for hours and hours and hours for free, right? And then you'd ask me a question. You know who you are, okay? You're not in here, but you ask me a question. Do you charge for readings? Yes. How much? $9.99. But I'll answer a question for you for free. It's okay. Oh my God, really? Thank you so much. Okay, so here's my question. Here's your answer. Can I ask you one more? But what about this? But what about that? Can I ask you one? Wait, but what about that? And then when I go like this, I'm the piece of shit. Right, exactly. Then I'm the asshole that everybody talks about. All she cares about is money. No, it's just kind of like nobody works for free. So, like, it's not just me. This is a gift that I choose to make, or try to make a living at it because I love it and I want to do it forever and I don't want to stop doing it. I don't want to go to work and not do it. I want to do it. Plus I'm disabled, so it would be really nice to, like, you know, actually be able to do something for myself, right? Care for myself. When people deserve kindness or a little bit of leeway, they don't get it. And when we don't give it, there are valid excuses. Well, I couldn't let the guy sleep in my house because he's a stranger and he could kill me and rob my whole, kill all of us and rob us. So, but just think about back in the day when, hey, that used to happen all the time. But also, imagine we take the smarts of today and the love of yesterday and put that shit together, what we could do with this world. Do you want to talk about it, or do you want to do something about it? Do you want to see it in your lifetime? Because I would like to see it in my lifetime. I would. And I will tell you one thing. If just 1,000 people, 1,000 out of the 8 billion in this world came together right here, right now, with me and you, and tried to do something, we would be living that within a few years. But nobody's going to do it. A, because they don't have time. B, because they don't have the funds. C, because they have responsibilities. But this is where it all changes. What I'm trying to do is build a community where you don't actually work. You just do your part to make sure that where we're living, essentially, for free, essentially, because everything costs money, but you put in the work to make sure that it runs and it's self-sustaining. So you're not actually working, you're just doing some chores with the rest of the community to make sure that we can all live, okay? And that's all you have to do. And that would make it so that people like me, right, that have illness, okay, that don't physically feel so great all the time, the elderly, the disabled are cared for, the elders are cared for. That's the way it was, right? So when you will become an elder, you will be cared for. You will know what's ahead of you. You will know the love, the comfort, the compassion, and the empathy, because you yourself extended it. And it is a fucking written rule in this bitch that everybody gets it, or you're not here. You get the fuck out. Because we don't need it here. What is so hard about a whole bunch of people coming together, pooling their resources so that they never have to work again? Look, brag. Health. I'm curious. They want to know too. We just talked about it. You can brag. You'll be able to brag about this. Look. Look, I'm curious about this. I'm curious about this whole change. Dropping all of your issues, your problems, leaving them at the door. Of course, this would take a while to be fully functional, but I'm sure there's plenty of people that wouldn't mind living off-grid and helping build, right? Getting away from technology. I'm curious too. But look, bad news in reverse. I'm curious, could this actually work? Of course it could work. Just need a real plan. Look, chaos in reverse. Removing the bad news, removing the chaos. Look. No more shitty communities just for amusement. Negative amusement. No more misunderstandings. No more frustrations. Is this like wild? This is wild to me. Look, place where you can vent. There was no more dishonesty. No more imposters. Friendly. Look now, great news. Career. reconnect through love and welcoming. What a concept. Treating people like they should be treated. Like, it's gotten so bad in this world that you can't even trust a hospital to treat you like you need to be treated. I gotta tell you, I'm scared for my future when it comes to, you know, all the twerking TikTok nurses that are going to be responsible for my well-being. But I'm really looking forward to it. But I just really want everybody to understand that, like, you're being misled not only by the wrong people, but by the wrong energy. We shouldn't be allowing people to bring us on these, like, Delulu joyrides. We have to think for ourselves. Look, greed. It's all based on that, right? I'm pursuing wealth and power with no regard for ethical or moral boundaries. See? Do you see how much they hate this? Do you see the hatred coming from the afterlife about the greed? I mean, it's not just, fuck was that? It's not just that. It's like they are looking at it like we use religion to steal from people. We have put a toll on heaven. We put a toll on the afterlife. They are sitting here with me, knowing that what we're doing, if the ultimate goal is, like, you know, heaven, they're laughing in our faces if we think we're going there, wherever that might be, because we're already in heaven and hell. It's all right here. Okay, it's all right here. You control where you're at. It's all about perception, perspective. They want you to understand that none of this matters. Really, though? None of it matters? I don't know that I like that. Hold on. Okay, so after everything that I just said, just, do you have a question for me to ask the afterlife? Because I think this is going to be a topic that we're going to have to revisit, like, over and over again, like, every day. Because it just is what it is. I feel like my job right now is to find the people that are in Deluluville because of other lying sack of shit readers that have had them sitting around their house for 5 years waiting for the twin flame. Or for the fucking windfall of abundance that they're getting. The fucking... I've been waiting for mine too, okay? Divine Feminine. The job of the Divine Feminine is to bring people together. The nurturer. The ultimate Divine Mother, Gaia. Occupation. See? What I said, I want to be a divine feminine for a living. Like, I want to be a reader like, I want to do what I love for a living. Divine feminine occupation. Healer. Doctor. Healer. Something about a divine feminine is suing a doctor. This person, just look at this, could have literally, possibly, maybe you have something wrong with you because the doctor missed it. Maybe there is somebody wishing bad towards you. Maybe you had a doctor that wanted to sleep with you. Lust, money. This is gross. Well, if you are Gemini or Libra or Aquarius, you have a lot to say about that. This is crazy. Yeah, starseed. Really? This could be, okay, this is the weirdest thing, and it's only going to be for like one person. You have an issue where maybe you were dating a doctor or something. I just heard married doctor. Okay. I just want to let you guys know, if you're single and you're mingling, you will fuck up your whole life. As far as, especially, but as far as like your path, if you with married men or women, do not approach unavailable people ever. Do yourself a favor. If they're not available, they're not available. Okay? Oh, well, they're getting divorced. Okay. But they need to heal for like 5 years after that before they come anywhere near you if you want something healthy. So the answer is no. This could be a situation where, like, maybe you had parents that were like, you got to marry a doctor. You could be from, like, a culture that, like, you need to be a doctor or a lawyer. If not, you're not successful. I'm feeling so many vibes from this. It's like a couple. Like 2 people, like attacking you or something. Waiting on something they did to destroy your path to the North Node. This is so... Look at this. Surprise! You're ascending. With the blessings of God, too. You could be a man, high priest. You're moving up and beyond this. You may have false documents. So they may have submitted some sort of false documentation to cover their ass. You have the real documentation. And the gift. You're a sweetheart. And because of that, the spirits know that the gods want you to have a community and a happy family because they know that you are some sort of a divine being. Okay? I'm not going to say that you're a reader, or that you're a guru, or you're gifted, and I don't know. That's what it says, so you take this how you want. Ending, you're putting an end to this legally. This is weird. Remember how we were talking before about people like having 80 different screen names or something, or usernames? This is literally, I don't know who this is for. It doesn't have to be the doctor's thing. Just, you can erase all of that out of it. But whoever sees this, there's somebody here that's dating or wanting to date a married man. okay? And their wife is pissed, and they know you, and they're trying to fucking ruin you. Watch your back. Get away from it. Goodbye. You don't need it. Trust me. You don't need that shit. It's not going to be for everybody. But it is also a warning to somebody here that is talking to somebody who is married or separated. Do you have a specific question, Chris? Because your stuckness is because of I'm not saying you're not authentic, but you know what I mean. The inauthenticity. There's something that you're hiding, either from yourself. I don't know. I have no idea. And you'll figure that out once you're in alignment. It's just going to you're going to feel it. It's not that you're way off, you're all the way over here, and it's just a little teeter. What the fuck is that? Okay, you guys, I'm starting to actually hear stuff. All right, let's turn the light off. See if I can get crisscross applesauce for a minute here. Oh, they know that you're thankful. You can just say it, and you did say it. They can hear you too. Okay. So, let's do it this way. Look. South node. So, they're saying that somebody in here is in their south node. I'm not sure what everybody's south node is. If you know, put it in the chat. Oh. There's something about, okay, so there's an older gentleman here, an older gentleman, okay? White hair. When they passed, their hair was fully white, or, well, it was white. Gray, but it was white. And I see somebody with red hair and green eyes. And these two people are here. I'm seeing Taurus, Pisces, Gemini, Leo. These two people are here together. And they are seeing whoever you are stuck in your south node. Your south node is essentially your comfort zone, okay, for lack of a better word. Look, there's gossip, false narratives, emotional pain, and lack of self-love. They see that you are keeping faith. You're keeping the faith. But number 17 could be significant. The star, Aquarius, Leo, Virgo, Taurus, Pisces, Libra. Okay, so these people are here to let you know that there's some sort of false narrative surrounding you that causing you emotional pain, and in turn it has hindered your self-love. There's a comfort zone that you're sitting in. What the fuck? It's like, surprise. Look at this. A karmic feminine. I'm telling you, you could be a reader. Or this is for me, I hope not. But yeah, this is something about, there's somebody who is obsessed with you. If you're a reader, obsessed and jealous, envious, and they are karmic to you. It looks like me, the karmic. I always say that. I feel like this karmic always, oh shit. She has different skin color than me, but I always have like the hairdo whenever this comes up. But yeah, there's, and this could also be you guys being obsessed with watching divination. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. We've already established that nobody wants to hear anything I have to say, because people don't like truth. But I promise, you know, hopefully I'll still be here when you want to hear it. But sitting in your comfort zone. Who else? So what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to do a reading where I really dig, because this was like random. I don't even know why I'm here. I just was told to come on here, so I'm here. Maybe it was just karmic masculine. Confusion and delusion. That you're glowing. Okay, there's something with you are learning and growing, and they're watching that, and it's very confusing to them. Because they remember, maybe you were married. It's like, I remember when I was married to them, they didn't act like that, or they didn't look like that, or they didn't do those things. See? Because you're the divine feminine. In this scenario, in your scenario, you need to watch out for any lustful energies. Look, see? Somebody who's married. Please tell me that you heard that, and that it wasn't just me. Frankie, Francis, Frida. Poverty. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this. So there is a community that is going to be left in poverty because of the way that they treated a rising star. They are not bothered at all by this. Look, their ancestors are here. This person's a healer. They heal physical illness. Maybe there's somebody in our group that has that kind of gift. I don't know. I don't know who that could be. 'Cause There's only one of us in here, so. Like I said before, a lot of what I came on here to tell you guys was about this channel. And how if you are feeling like you're out of alignment, now's the time to just say it. Say it, do it, think it, be it, talk about it, whatever. Get it off your fucking chest. Because look, that's your new path. If you're stuck right now and you feel stuck, it's because your path is something that you don't want to do or you don't want to say. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is... Coming from a mature man. An evil eye. Hello. You know them. Wow. Okay, so you may get some sort of an opportunity that you're presented with. And it may have a catch or something. I don't know. I feel like I'm pushing the energy tonight a lot. I wasn't supposed to even do a reading. I think I was just supposed to tell you guys what I told you an hour ago. So I tried. But really, this is what it's going to be like from now on, okay? We're going to give ourselves some grace to be who we really are, right? To just figure out who we are, okay? Just give ourselves some grace. Let it set in, because right now we're all kind of changing. Everything's changing. I'm changing. I'm evolving. Everything is evolving. You are too. So give yourself the grace. Ask yourself the questions, right? Say to yourself, okay, what is it that I'm doing that is making me feel, because you know that this is an internal feeling. It's something going on internally that's making you feel stuck. It's like a feeling. It's not like you're actually stuck. You feel like you're not supposed to do, or you're not supposed to go, you're not supposed to say. You feel like you have to ask first. You feel like you're not sure of your next move. That's not stuck. That's fear. Right. Not everybody has a path. Do you understand? I know that sounds fucked up to say, but not everybody has this. You may already be on path. And the only way you're going to know what's happening, or when you pay attention to your body, when you feel that anxious sort of like stop sign, ask why. What is making me feel like I have to stop? What is it that's putting up a barrier? Because the only way I can describe it is like when it happens to me, it's not like it's a fear. It's not even like I can't do this. Like something, an energy around me is like, nope, don't do that. Aren't you scared to do that? Maybe you should prepare more. That's another stuck energy that's going around, right? Where like you feel like you have to like prepare, like more and more for something you've been doing and never prepared for before. Only you'll know what I'm talking about when I say this. I don't know. And so it's fear. And that's how you are controlled by this whole energetic alchemical fuck shit that's going on. That's the way they can control, with the fear, because you're becoming fearless, right? You're watching other people do certain things, you're following suit. Make sure that there's a difference between following suit and literally trying to be someone else, because that's going to throw you way off also. You do not have my path. I do not know for sure what your path is. Only you know what feels right in your body. I'm not in your body. But if you pay attention to those stops, and yes, what am I afraid of? Because that's what it is. It's fear. Ask, what the fuck am I afraid of? If you cannot find any logical explanation as to what you're afraid of, then you know it's not just your fear, it's the collective fear. The archons, the demiurge. You know, there's, like, I bypass the demiurge because they can go fuck themselves, and I go directly to the seed. But ultimately, the way that this works with the archons and the demiurge is that you are, there's OG, it's basically a false god. What happened was Sophia made a mistake. She planted the wrong seed, and this seed of consciousness then went on to believe that it was God. No, false God. The midway, but not a good thing. I actually put up a picture about the demiurge. Remember when I told you when we were on those umbilical cords and we were like attached? That's the demiurge. So you're thinking that you're like praying to God, but it's like you're going to the demiurge. The demiurge is the control in between the OG seed and Earth. It's so confusing, and it's not really my like thing. I talk about it sometimes, but I'm not like experienced enough to like give you the full blown. But that they're controlling what's going on with you and giving you these fears because they don't want you to understand what's going on. I already do. So that's probably the minute you understand what's going on, that's when there's going to be even more fear pushed upon you. Just try and acknowledge the fact that it could be collective fear, but it could also be your own fear, so you don't want to ignore it either, you know? I did this, I like literally made a picture of the demiurge. Hold on. Can I just like go back here? Thanks. Is it on here? Yeah, here, look. See, this is Mall World. This is Mall World, where everybody thinks is this beautiful place in the astrals, and it's just a trap. And we're actually all connected to this giant poo-poo cloud called the demiurge. And that's controlling us. And the more of us that acknowledge that the demiurge is there, the less of us are controlled. We can dismantle it and actually touch Sophia's original seed, the OG seed, the Heka, the primordial energy, the Big Bang, you know. Definitely look it up so that you're, if you're interested, so that you know when we do talk about it more. But we are advanced computers. Remember, like the Terminator? Remember how he was like, he would like bleed? but he was still a robot. That's what I feel humans will evolve naturally into once they connect to, once they circumvent the demiurge and get connected back to the original seed. Blah, 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 right? Because it's so much. Like, I'll talk to you about it another time. But, yeah, I don't know. I was told to come on here, so I hope that whatever I said helped. The main focus of this was just me talking to you about the fact that, like, the afterlife, the other, is very, very disgusted with a lot of people in my position. And you're going to start to see some really fucking weird things take place. There's going to be a giant merging of prophets, prophetesses, death doulas, psychopomps. I don't know, man. I guess I just have to wait and see, and I just will talk to the dead when they're ready for me, and that's it. I have to really pee. But I love you, honey, and I'll see you guys later. I'll be on tomorrow. We'll talk about this. Also, if you guys have, like, suggestions for, like, videos, when I post a video, put the topic in there. Can you ask the dead about this? Can you ask the dead about that? Ask the dead about this. Okay. Like, I'm trying my best. If you guys give me ideas, totally, please give me ideas. This is your channel, ultimately, right? I love you. I'm out of here. Good night.